Happening now, communities shovel out following a major lake effect snowstorm Christmas Day. Our Dakota Hunter is standing by. A man who police say held a woman and her children at gunpoint will be arraigned today.
I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. We had a pretty significant lake effect event over the weekend and on Christmas Day. We'll break down all the snow totals and the cold stays over the next 7 days. We'll break it down next.
And next in sports, more on the Bills' loss to the Patriots. That's News Now for Tuesday, December 26, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, the Southern Tier received a healthy dose of lake effect snow over this Christmas holiday. A travel advisory is in effect right now for the village of Mayville due to persistent snow and lack of resources. The village urges residents to make no unnecessary travel. The mayor there also reports that sidewalk plow is down and that they're working on renting another one, so it'll be a tricky go, and garbage pickup is also suspended for the time being. Meanwhile, a travel ban for the town of Hanover has been lifted after heavy snow pounded that area Monday night. The town supervisor, Todd Johnson, made the call after the area received near whiteout conditions. Nearly 10 inches of snow was reported there this morning. Tracking all of this is Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by now on the First Defense Weather Wall. Dakota.
Hey, good Tuesday, everybody, and happy day after Christmas. Well, if you want to call it happy day after Christmas, because we had a very significant lake effect event that we just went through. These are the current snowfall totals that came in from the National Weather Service this morning. Perrysburg in Cattaraugus County with 26 inches. Silver Creek with 10 inches on the nose. A mile southwest of Dunkirk. These are all spotter reports, by the way. 8 inches. And 1 mile west-northwest of the city line in Fredonia got 7.8. And this is the total we have so far for Jamestown. I think the city itself got more than this, but this was measured 4 miles east-northeast of the city line of 3.5 inches. So this was a very significant total, and Erie actually broke a record yesterday, and they had the whitest Christmas ever on record, breaking the old record that was set back in 2002. So a lot of snow fell, especially on Sunday night going into Christmas Day. Now, the National Weather Service continues the lake effect snow warning for southern Erie, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and Allegheny counties. This continues until 6 p.m. on Wednesday for the potential for more lake effect snow from that lake band as it comes across Lake Erie. Potential for more snow coming our way as well. Now, this is the live Viper radar. This is what the band looks like right now. It's not as impressive as it once was. It looks like it's going through a weakening phase at this moment, but some of the heaviest snow right now looks to be this little patch of a heavy snow. Looks like it's probably over Chautauqua Lake at this particular moment, and this lake band stretches all the way up into the northern part of Chautauqua County. And as we put this into motion, whether in motion, you'll be able to see here that the band really is kind of steady state across central and then northern Chautauqua County going out into Cattaraugus County. The band has jogged a little bit farther southward from where it was yesterday when it was starting to impact when it was impacting the northern part of the county going up into southern Erie County. We'll break down all of this along with that Quick Solution 7-day forecast in a few minutes. And I've got one word for the forecast: cold. We'll talk about it.
All right, Dakota, thank you. In the city of Jamestown yesterday, several people, including a pregnant woman, were taken to UPMC Chautauqua WCA Hospital following a two-car collision on Baker and Colfax Streets. A WNY News Now community reporter submitted this photo of the wreck. She said that the pregnant woman and her daughter were taken by ambulance to the hospital. An older couple was also treated for their injuries. The weather is believed to have played a role in this accident. Meanwhile, on I-86 and parts of Interstate 90, they were shut down throughout much of Christmas Day. A portion of 86 was closed in southern Chautauqua County in both directions after several vehicles were stuck in the roadway due to heavy lake effect snow. Along the 90, portions of that was closed and remains a slow go now from Westfield all the way to Erie, Pennsylvania. These two men were from Erie, and they spoke about the snow yesterday.
All of a sudden, it's got really, really bad. Out in McCain, it wasn't too bad, but as soon as I got here to 90 and Peachtree, it looks like a complete whiteout.
I'm originally from South Alabama, so I can't get used to it. This is about as bad as I've seen.
A snow emergency is in effect right now, where a reported record of 53 inches of snow fell there in Erie in the last 30 hours. Again, Dakota will have more on that snowfall and what's next for our area in his First Defense forecast. A Gary man who police say held a woman and 2 young children at gunpoint following a domestic violence incident in the village of Gary will be arraigned today. 33-year-old Richard Sendall is facing multiple charges after he allegedly held a 31-year-old woman against her will at a Wilson Street residence around 9:30 Saturday morning. State police arrived on the scene and Sendall was taken into custody without incident. The young children and the woman were located in good health. Now, during processing, Sendall claimed he was having a medical emergency. Troopers then transported him to the hospital. Coming up next, they say it's the thought that counts, but perhaps Aunt Susan didn't have the right thought when she got you that kitty cat coffee mug. Some tips on how you return gifts. And a little later on, a national holiday you might not know about. We'll tell you when we come back.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook. Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
They say not every gift is a winner, but you shouldn't feel bad about returning a dud. According to the National Retail Federation, nearly 2/3 of holiday shoppers returned at least one item this past season. Some stores are better at returns than others. Consumer Reports highlighted some of the best they've found. Nordstrom handles returns on a case-by-case basis. They say there's no limit, or you don't necessarily need a receipt for most of the items that they sell, and you don't even really need the original tag. Meanwhile, JCPenney's and Kohl's also have generous return policies. Consumer Reports says that you may have a tougher time at electronics stores like Best Buy and Apple. Typically, you need proof of purchase, and you only have about 2 weeks to give the gift back, no matter where your gift came from. If you want to give it back, you shouldn't open the box. Many take a restocking fee out of the refund if you do open the box. So don't open the box. They say that gift receipts will save you some time and money, and bring your ID. Some stores will scan your license to prevent fraud. If your gift came in the mail, check to see if you can return it to the store physically. That'll save you money from the post office. And New York State will soon require all animal shelters and rescues to check stray and abandoned animals for microchips. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed that measure into law last week. The new law also requires shelters and rescues to make an effort to notify the animal's human companion within the first 24 hours if they successfully identify the person. Democratic Assemblywoman Linda Rosenthal and Republican State Senator Jim Tedesco sponsored this measure. Rosenthal says it's intended to address the heart-wrenching times when pets go missing and ensure more animals are returned to their human loved ones. They say this law will take effect in March. New York will soon join 3 other states in requiring employers to give workers paid time to bond with a baby, care for a close relative with a serious illness, or help loved ones during a family member's military deployment. In 2018, employees can take up to 8 weeks of paid leave and receive 50% of their average wage up to a certain cap. By 2021, they can take up to 12 weeks at 2/3 of their average weekly wage. Governor Andrew Cuomo made that announcement during his 2016 State of the State speech, signing that policy into law in April of 2016.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
I see a vacation coming my way pretty soon with that. Hint,
After
hint, wink, wink, nudge,
today's
nudge.
coverage, right?
Anyway, good Tuesday. Let's take a look at the forecast first. Break down your forecast. Isn't it amazing how I was up here earlier in just my shirt, now I have my jacket on? Isn't that just amazing how that happens? Anyway, let's break down today's forecast. So pretty much for today, so you can plan your day accordingly here. Lake effect snow showers will continue from that lake effect band, and very cold with a bitter wind chill. We're talking wind chill numbers, single digits to probably negative numbers. So yeah, you need to bundle up in layers if you're going out today. High around 15 degrees. The average high for this time of the year, by the way, is 31. Yeah, we're not going to be anywhere near that. With a west wind 8 to 14 miles an hour with those snow showers continuing. And the cold air looks to stay over the next 3 days. We continue more lake effect snow showers on Wednesday. And on Thursday, it starts to back off just a tiny bit, but the cold stays. Look at those temperatures. Those are high temperatures, and the number in the circle is the low temperatures. So yeah, it's definitely going to be frigid out there over the next week or so. Now the live Viper radar, I showed this earlier, but I wanted to put it in here once more. This is the lake effect band, and just a couple minutes ago, I was checking the last minute data over in the Weather Center, and the National Weather Service in Cleveland, which serves Erie County, Pennsylvania, just told us that 55-inch total actually came from Christmas Eve until 7 a.m. this morning. That is a 55-inch total that starts from Christmas Eve all the way until this morning. So that is very, very significant. And you can see this band right now. It's not as intense as it once was. It looks like it might be going through a little bit of a weakening phase, but it could easily, and it will probably start to re-strengthen a little bit before it starts to fall apart, probably later tonight into tomorrow. 11 is the current number at the airport. A wind chill of -5, that is in Fahrenheit, not Celsius or Kelvin. We got an 81% humidity. That wind chill is combined with that southwest wind of 15 miles an hour, and only 3/4 of a mile visibility at the Jamestown Airport north of the city because of the heavy snow. But at the JCC Skycam, not a whole lot showing up there. You can see the snowfall that fell over the past couple days, but so far nothing there to really write home about. Future scan over the next 24 hours. This is that lake effect band as it starts to come on through here, and it looks like it starts to weaken off just a tiny bit, but it looks like it's going to start to reorganize once again before getting into pretty much later tonight, going into tomorrow morning, when the band will start to lose some of its moisture. But upper aerodynamics along the lakes look pretty robust enough to keep the band going, although in lesser totals. These are the projected snowfall totals from our in-house Vipercast model, and again, this is the snow machine algorithm, and we're pretty much going to pick up probably another 8 to 10 inches down in our direction. This is till Wednesday at 10 o'clock, but probably another 6 to 8 around Dunkirk, 6 to 8 going out towards Erie, Pennsylvania. So more snow is on the way, so you just need to be you need to be on the aware of that. Zone weather, let's break down tomorrow's forecast county by county, and it's not going to be much better. Temperatures still colder. The highest number on the board here is along the Lake Erie shoreline, where we got 15 showing up here. Again, the average high for this time of the year is 31. Lake effect snow showers continue, probably another 2 to 4 inches daytime accumulation. Healthy west wind coming right off the lake, and so again, that will fuel the lake bands, and that will also bring down those wind chill factors. Eastward into Cattaraugus County, pretty much same story here. Still pretty frigid with a nasty wind chill. Daytime snow accumulations probably less than an inch there. Next 7 days of your life coming up on the screen, brought to you by Quick Solutions, and you can see it right there. This cold factor lasts all the way through the week into early next year, and it looks like we start 2018 in a very frigid pattern. Average high this time of the year again is 31, and there's no signs of that anywhere over the next 7 days. We will have sports right after the break, so you stay with us.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook.
Okay, folks, I just want to let you know from Santa that WNY News Now from Jamestown, New York is a great station. Please watch.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The team that puts coverage first.
Defendant who was being arraigned on felony narcotics charge bolted from custody, ran through the trailer park here in the village. We're currently seeking his location.
Can you fathom somebody starting a fire?
I can't.
Honestly, knowing there are people in the building.
No, I cannot. The person had to have been sick.
Several shots rang out early Sunday morning.
They drove up by, shooting a couple rounds off.
Excited for Cameron, he was the only senior we had there, and he's put as much time or more than anyone I've ever coached. So
he says that Coach Wilcox had a tremendous impact on him, both on and off the mat.
The Jamestown Red Raider Marching Band is getting ready to set off to Chicago for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's a look at what's trending. The Buffalo Bills disappointed is an understatement. In New England on Sunday, you see that catch right there. Kelvin Benjamin denied as the referees saying that he did not get both feet in. The Bills would suffer the ill effects of bad momentum in the second half. They were pummeled by the Patriots. But hey, the Bills can still make the playoffs with the win against Miami on Sunday. That game in South Beach. And a Ravens loss against the Bengals. The Buffalo Bills are 8-7 this year. They have not made the playoffs this century. College football aplenty. There are bowl games going on right now, including West Virginia. They're in the Cotton Bowl. And Dallas, Kansas State playing as well tonight. And St. Bonaventure is a big story locally. They have now won 7 straight games after beating Syracuse on Friday. They open A-10 play against Massachusetts in Olean on Saturday. From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back to News Now. Christmas might be over, but there's still plenty of candy canes likely left scattered around your house. It's all in good fun because the drive to finish eating them all is today. December 26th is official National Candy Cane Day. The National Confederation of Confectionery Association says that according to legend, candy canes became part of Christmas centuries ago. It all started back in 1670. Dakota wasn't even born yet. The story goes
a little before my time.
A choir master at Germany's Cologne Cathedral used them to keep children's singers quiet during the lengthy church service. Here at WNY News Now, we use them to keep our weather staff quiet when we're reading the news.
What was that, 1610?
Yeah.
That day? 1610? I was not doing the weather back
1670.
then. Ryan was doing sports.
He
I
was.
was not doing weather.
He was 1670.
Okay, 1670.
Yeah, Ryan was doing sports. I believe our editor Matt Hummel probably was just starting to write news back on. They didn't even have typewriters. He was
No, they
he
had
was-
the
he
stone.
was inking news.
The stone and tablet. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
It was.
We're going to get ourselves in trouble
Yeah,
talking about
that's funny.
yeah, we're going to get ourselves in trouble
No,
talking about our
we
news
can't get in
director.
trouble. We're untouchable. So cold this morning.
Yes.
Very cold.
The temperature at the airport when I walked out my door this morning was 9 degrees, and that's in Fahrenheit. Not Celsius.
And that's not even what it feels like.
No.
Like at my house,
That was
I
the
have,
actual air temp. The feels like temperature was much lower.
I have this. It's pretty nifty, actually. I got it a couple years ago as a Christmas gift, but it's like a little weather thermometer thing, and I have it out in my front yard, so it measures temperature,
Right.
and then it calculates based on, I don't know if it actually measures the wind or not, but it tells you the feels like. I believe it connects to the internet, so I'm assuming it
Right.
cheats a little bit.
Well, the feels like temperature is calculated on the average wind speed, not
Okay.
the actual wind gust.
Okay.
So whatever the wind speed is,
Right. So it probably
you pretty much
uses-
take it and then you subtract it.
It probably uses like the regional average wind speed and then puts it into my temperature on the front
If
porch.
it actually has like a built-in anemometer, then it'll measure wind on its own, and then it'll take the wind speed that it measures, calculate with the temperature that it measures, and then come up with your wind
I
chill
should
index.
bring it here. That'd be kind of a cool neat little thing. But
We're
it was-
talking
it was
about
-2
getting a weather station.
at my house.
We're actually talking about putting a weather station up on the roof of our building, and then that way we can have it up there, and then that way we can monitor all the conditions here in downtown. We were talking about that a little while ago.
Really quickly, we have a surprise coming. Next week. You know about this.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you know this one. It's a good surprise.
I didn't know where you were going with that one until just a second ago.
I just wanted, I just want to keep teasing people. A big change to your First Defense weather forecast.
Yes.
You know, while you're sitting head at home or in the car or at work drinking your cocoa with us this noon, you know, just get ready because it's going to be fun. I think it'll be a cool little change coming January 2nd. I think that's the Tuesday. Yeah. So.
Because Monday's the 1st.
Right.
So.
Which is a Monday.
Yeah.
We'll still be here on the air. We're going to do a countdown of the top stories of the year, but we won't necessarily have you do weather.
Yeah.
So.
Our producer says, "I wonder what'll be number one."
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And actually, the way that we do it, and if you want, I suppose, at home. Really interesting. It's all done through analytics. So you can check out, we'll have like who was the top story of the year is based off of our viewership, since all of this is measured electronically. So pretty cool. And then we'll have some honorable mentions, I'm sure, because we've had a lot of interesting things in 2017. So
there was a lot of stuff that happened this year.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of news that happened, both good and bad. We had a lot of weather that happened this year. So
I think probably the solstice, right, was I think probably one of the most interesting. I know, like we didn't have the full. What do they call that? The
totality. We weren't in the path of totality, but we will be in 2021.
Yeah,
I believe is when the next one comes. 2024, our producer says. Thank you. I should know this, and it slipped the top of my head.
It's all right. That's why we have help in our ear.
That's the reason why we have these little things in our ears, and that way we can communicate with
we can
people
know
that
whether
you don't see.
whether he's right or not. So that'll be cool. Yep. I know it was cool seeing just the little blip of the sun. So with that, we're going to see any blips of sun today. I know it's a little sunny out now.
Well, it depends on your location, depending on if you're going to see a little bit of sun. Let's take a look at that Quick Solutions extended forecast one final time. And pretty much for today, lake effect snow showers will continue. That will, depending upon where you are in that lake effect band. It could jog a little bit farther southward, but it'll probably stay over the region where it is now, pretty much in northern Chautauqua County. Temperatures only going around 15 degrees. And the temperatures really go nowhere for the next week. Take a look at that. We're in the teens, and on Wednesday night, sub-zero temperatures. Not out of the question, some of the colder pockets tomorrow night will probably end up in the lower negative digits as air temperatures. So this is going to be some of the coldest air we have seen so far this winter season, and long-range model guidance suggests this lasts for the next 15 to 18 days. There is no signs of warmth anywhere over this 7-day or even beyond that, looking at long-range model guidance. And remember that lake effect snow warning continues until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening.
So how much more snow are we going to see today? Any more? I mean, really, it's all localized for the most part.
Yeah, you're pretty much talking about probably for today, probably around another 4 to 8 inches, depending on where you are. Probably some spots will probably get 8, but as I often talk about, do not always focus on that higher number. Look at the lowest number. And if you get anything more than the lowest number, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
So always focus on the lower number, 4 to 8. That's a good general range for the rest of the snowfall for today. Probably another 3 to 6 or 4 to 8 probably tonight before the band really starts to fall apart as the moisture content goes away. But the upper aerodynamics in the atmosphere look pretty robust to keep the lake effect band going until Wednesday night, although a little bit of a lesser amount. Probably the snowfall rates will probably be cut in half. Now, yesterday we had snowfall rates with that band approaching 3 inches an hour, and that was when the band was at its most intense. So so probably cut that in half, probably about 1.5, maybe even less than an inch probably less than an inch an hour snowfall rate tomorrow as the moisture goes away. But the upper aerodynamics do look pretty robust enough to keep the band going until Wednesday evening, and then it finally starts to break away, and we get more snow for the remainder of the 7 days. So we ring in the new year cold and snowy.
Cold and snowy. That's the story. Dakota, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's going to do it for today. Remember, slow travels out there. Slow down, lake effect snow. You can't see. Just don't drive like a maniac.
Exactly.
Be sure to join us back here tomorrow. In the meantime, head over to WNYNewsNow.com. We have the latest news, weather, and sports where coverage comes first. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.